Sugar City Morning Show.
Good morning. Welcome to today's edition of the Sugar City Morning Show. It is exactly 1 minute after 7 o'clock, and it is always a pleasure to welcome you and greet you wherever you may be. Estamos transmitiendo en vivo desde Canal 10 Nortevisión. Buenos días, bienvenidos al Sugar City Morning Show. Es un gran gusto poder llegar a la privacidad de su casa a través de la magia de la tecnología. Compañeros, muy buenos días, compañeros y compañeros. Uso el término compañeros universalmente, incluyendo tanto hombres, mujeres, niños y niñas. No es por ninguna otra razón. Buenos días a todos. Como dije, estamos transmitiendo en vivo desde Nortevisión, Canal 10, aquí en Trial Farm, y nuestra señal se ve por todo el país de Belice. Si vives en el área de Orange Walk, puedes simplemente extender tu antena, si así optas no tener cable, extender la antena y ver Canal 10 claro y gratis. Hay personas que me dicen, Manuel, pero no veo Canal 10 claro y estoy aquí en el pueblo. Eso simplemente toca checar tu televisor, tu antenita, lo que sea que tengas, y moverlo ahí tantito hasta que encuentres la posición correcta. Simplemente de eso se trata. También estamos en vivo en el internet. Simplemente tienes que ir al programa YouTube y ahí teclar Sugar City Morning Show para la fecha de hoy o la fecha que quieres ver. Y ahí lo podrás ver. Es un gran gusto, como dije, saludarles. Son las 7:03. It's a pleasure to greet you wherever you may be. And como siempre, vamos a empezar el programa con una oración. Porque, ¿saben algo? Hoy sucedió otro milagro. Estamos vivos. Abrimos los ojos, tenemos vida, podemos respirar, podemos caminar, podemos comer. Podemos estar con nuestros seres queridos. Y como siempre digo, cuando se muere la gente así repentinamente y no encuentras explicaciones cómo y por qué, entonces dices, solo Dios sabe. Dios le llevó la vida, pero solo Dios sabe. Pues Dios sabe todo. Y Dios sabe por qué te mantuvo vivo hoy. Y por eso tienes que darles las gracias a Él. Debes, no tienes. Debes de darles las gracias. Porque Dios nos da, y nos da, y nos da. Y nosotros recibimos. Aunque a veces, muchas veces, y no soy nadie para quien juzgar, pero debo mencionar que yo siento que muchas veces no merezco todas las bendiciones. Así que me encuentro que de mi propia conciencia me dice, empieza a merecer las bendiciones. Cambia tu actitud, cambia tu forma de ser. Porque así, cambiando, entonces ya puedes empezar a ser digno de todas esas bendiciones. Padre, te doy las gracias por darnos la vida hoy, la salud y las fuerzas. Gracias por tu protección, gracias por las experiencias que nos das. Gracias por la conciencia, que es lo más importante que tú nos pudiste haber dado. Esa conciencia que nos distingue, esa conciencia que nos separa con los animales, esa conciencia que nos da la capacidad de poder discernir entre bien y el mal a través de el código moral que tú nos has dado, Padre. Te doy las gracias. Te quiero pedir que continúes bendiciéndonos y que nosotros también, yo también, haré el esfuerzo de empezar a cambiar y también de empezar a merecer esas bendiciones que tú nos das a diario. Te pido que continúes bendiciendo y ayudando y sanando a los enfermos, a los que están en los hospitales, a los que están dolidos por una muerte recién de un ser querido, y también por todos nosotros, que tengamos la capacidad de hacer bien, de poder hacer nuestras chambas bien, porque simplemente el poder ejecutar un trabajo bien, cuando digo bien, 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 entonces estamos alabándote a ti porque tú, Padre, dijiste, haces algo, hazlo bien. No te estés juzgando al prójimo, ama a tu prójimo como a los demás, a ti mismo, perdón. Padre, muchas gracias por todo, te bendecimos, te glorificamos y te adoramos. Amén. Son las 7:07. Quiero enviar saludos a todos los que están cumpliendo años, aniversarios. Hoy tendremos como invitado, tan pronto regresemos o tan pronto llegue el Señor, tendremos a una persona que ha estado en las noticias últimamente, el señor Mateo Quemé. Hoy tenemos una entrevista exclusiva con él aquí, en persona, en vivo. Vamos a escuchar qué es lo que él dice, qué son las demandas que la asociación de taxi tiene, tanto para el inversionista como para el alcalde y para las demás personas envueltas. ¿Ok? Tenemos un show bastante interesante. Te pido que no le cambies porque a todos nos concierne todo esto. Al final del día, todos usamos taxi a un tiempo u otro. Cuando son las 7:08, antes de ir tenemos que reconocer y agradecerle a nuestros patrocinadores. Telemedia, muchas gracias. Vega Imports, St. Anthony Trading Center, que son los importadores de la leche Dano. Vega Distributors, A&R Stores, Gillette's Meat Shop, German Vega & Sons Import Limited, Government of Belize Information Service, Belize Marketing Board, Belize Tourist Board. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much for your patronage, and we look forward to doing more business with you. Son las 7:09. Vamos a una pausa. Estaremos de vuelta con ustedes tan pronto estos anuncios. No se vayan.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega & Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega & Sons Limited, because we care for you.
Get yours now. Remember, the 2018 BTL Telephone Directory is available. Get a copy of this informative and visually fascinating publication, available in regular and mini size. The cellular, residential, and yellow page listings make searching for whatever you may need quite easy and convenient. Get a free copy available at any BTL office countrywide. You can also take the directory with you wherever you go. Simply download the free Fine Yellow Belize mobile app from the Android Play or Apple Store today. Log on to fineyellow.com for more information. The 2018 BTL Telephone Directory. Get yours now.
Attention all parents and students. A&R Stores countrywide announced the arrival of their back-to-school inventory. If you need school bags and knapsacks, say no more. A&R Stores have the largest assortment of knapsacks in the country with brands like Jansport, Capsule, and Everest, famous for their resistance and durability. If you need school supplies, A&R stores have everything, yes, everything you'll need, such as exercise books, composition books, lunch bags, folders, and a whole range of school supplies and arts and craft material. A&R stores, your #1 store for back-to-school supplies. Visit them at any of their 8 locations. A&R store, where our prices make the difference.
The Belize Tourism Board takes this opportunity to remind all tour operators, stakeholders, and the general public that the BTB tour operator regulations make provisions for the following categories of tour operators. A. An individual or company that operates and markets tour packages internationally, including guided dive and snorkeling tours to tourist sites within Belize. B. An individual or company that executes countrywide tour packages, including lodgings, meals, and guided tours to tourist sites in Belize by air, sea, or land. C. An individual or company that offers localized tour packages of any nature to guests and guided tours to tourist sites in Belize. D. An individual or company, including without limitation all types of hotels and tourist accommodation, involved in ground operation tour services, or works with international tour individuals. E. An individual or company that operates and markets tour packages internationally and subcontracts its tour services to an entity in Belize. F. An individual or company that operates and markets tour packages internationally and executes, arranges, or coordinates tour packages of any nature to guests and visitors to Belize. G. An individual or company which either wholly or in part provides or organizes tours, journeys, or tourist services for visitors to Belize by way of transport, accommodation, tours, or guides. H. An individual or company which executes, arranges, organizes, and or coordinates dive and marine-based tour services. The BTB would also like to inform stakeholders that under the law and without any exception, all tour operators must have a valid license in order to operate a tour business in Belize. Such license shall expire annually on the 31st December of each year. Tour operators are also required to use only licensed tour guides. Licensed tour guides, therefore, shall not offer their services individually. They must be employed or operate under a tour operator. Any person found guilty will be liable to pay a fine of $5,000 or 6 months in prison or both. Tour operators, stakeholders, and the general public are asked to be vigilant against infringement of the law and to report these immediately to the Belize Tourism Board.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Bienvenidos de vuelta. Son exactamente las 7 de la mañana con 15 minutos. Como dicen, lo prometido es deuda. Hoy tenemos con nosotros la persona que prometimos estuviera hoy aquí con nosotros. Es un gran gusto de presentarles, de darles los buenos días y presentarles al señor Mateo Queme, que es la persona encargada representando a las taxi unions aquí en Orange Walk. Ante todo, buenos días y bienvenido. También es un gran gusto de dar la bienvenida a nuestro co-host de siempre, Mr. Robert Checky Usher. Checky, buenos días. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning and thank you very much. It's a beautiful Friday.
It is a beautiful Friday, and time flies by so quickly.
Yeah, time flies so.
I always remember the old saying that says, time, not take a time like one
Like
time.
one time, just like when monkey chew tobacco and spit white lime. But talking about time, Pa, we have a very important discussion coming up, very heated. But we need to check in with the weather forecast, and then we will get right into our conversation with Mr. Kenny right here this morning.
This is the weather forecast for today, July 20th. Ok, vamos a ir rápidamente a la entrevista que tenemos con él. Vamos a pasar este reporte tan pronto el siguiente segmento. Ok.
All right. Pass me that device there, Passion, in case I get any text.
Sure.
Yeah.
Ok. Obviamente por razones que no queremos interrumpir esta entrevista. Ante todo, buenos días.
Buenos días, Emanuel.
Ayer tuvimos una plática y me dijiste ciertas cosas. Me dijiste que ya estás viendo la realidad de este asunto, porque habíamos visto anteriormente cómo estabas bastante vocífero en contra de el asunto del inversionista trayendo carros, trayendo vehículos y rentándoselo a los taxistas. Ya luego tu miedo era de que se te imponía ciertas cosas.
Claro que sí.
¿Ok? Entonces ahora estás viendo el asunto más claro, pero todavía aún quieres asentar esas dudas. Tienes que asentar esas dudas y también quieres tener una conversación con con las personas, con el inversionista y con el alcalde.
Claro
¿Okay?
que sí, Manuel.
Así es. ¿Okay?
Claro que sí.
Vamos a ponerlo todo para crear una plataforma. Ahora, la pregunta es, quiero que tú me digas ahorita qué es la posición actual, en tus palabras, tu posición actual en términos del asunto de los taxis.
Mi posición actual ahorita yo solo estoy representando la palabra de las uniones que me están dando permiso para representando, y déjame aclarar que no soy presidente de una unión, sino solo representante en este asunto. Y la posición que teníamos nosotros era el miedo que los quitaran el negocio y que entrara otro negocio que nosotros no conocemos de taxis. Esa era nuestra primera preocupación. La competencia de otra compañía que sea nuevo y que no los habían avisado a nosotros y los tenían en lo oscuro. Ahora que nosotros estamos empezando a recibir de tantas investigaciones respuestas, ahora las cosas se están aclarando. Cosas que ya se podían aclarar. It could have cleared up a long time ago if we would have got answers when we went looking for it. Because everything started by rumors. And yes, rumors are bad, but sometimes rumors bring the truth out.
La situación era tal, compañeros, de que tan de repente un día escuchamos de que ahí existe un inversionista que está trayendo autos aquí a Orange Walk y que los tiene pintados muy bonitos y que los carros eran nuevos, de que muy bonitos los modelos, y entonces todos decían, pues está muy bien que las personas tengan opciones de poder comprar su carro, y de poder y de tener una opción de pagarlo poco a poco. Eso no había nada malo por decir. Los taxis reaccionaron y dijeron, no, porque no sabemos qué está detrás de todo esto. ¿Estoy diciéndolo bien?
Sí, exactamente.
Tiene que ser que había un motivo, un motivo escondido, y entonces ya sabes cómo cuando reaccionamos con miedo, pues reaccionamos así, somos muy viscerales, ¿ok? Entonces, no nos damos cuenta de que quizás hasta cierto punto estamos reaccionando muy rápidamente, muy bruscamente. Ahora, como dijo Mateo, que ya se ha sentado la cosa un poquito, no que están aceptando el 100% el tratado, pero están viendo un poquito más calmadamente las cosas.
Claro que sí.
Ok, ahora, ayer me dijiste que quieres poner algunos controles. You want to ensure that for the protection of the taxi union, you have some controls in place. Some demands that you have from the mayor.
Yes, that's
Can you
correct.
explain to us what are some of those demands?
Well, some of the demands we and the union have is basically we want to have not only the word from the mayor, but a paper written stating that no new company will be issued plates, no new unions will be formed. Like he said on the radio before, that only existing taxis will have privileges to these vehicles, and let it keep it this way. And basically, we need to hear from him his terms of such of the investor. We need to know him, so we have no doubts no more.
Have you had a meeting with the investor?
No, sir. We have not had the chance because they have not given us the opportunity till today.
Okay. Did you make it a point to go to the house of the investor and knock and say, tell you what, I'd like to know more about the car vehicle situation? Did you go do
The
that?
problem is with that, they didn't give me no information who was the investor at first.
Oh, so you didn't even know who it was?
No, I went straight as a citizen of Orange Walker Belize. I went straight to the man that's supposed to have all the answers for us in these situations when a rumor comes to the mayor. And when I went to the mayor, instead of directing me to where the owner is or the investors, since he has nothing to do but knows a little bit about it, he did not. He just kept ignoring me and giving me his back, basically, maybe because I was just a simple taxi driver and maybe he just said go away or something. I mean, I'm not here to talk bad about the mayor. I'm talking about the situation. And basically, when you have a problem in your town, we have a mayor here for answers.
How many taxis do we currently have in Orange Walk, as best as you know?
As
Or
best as I
vehicles
know.
that have a taxi license, taxi plates?
There's over, I would say over 600.
As best as you know.
Yes. As best as I know.
And there are approximately 6 or 7 or even more taxi associations, and you are here representing these associations.
Correct. The ones that gave me their consent.
The ones that gave you your
signed my
consent, which
papers.
is the majority.
The majority, correct.
All right, so we just want to establish the position in which you're here on.
And yes, and each taxi union have about more than 10 to 12 members.
Okay.
What would be your position if a private taxi person that doesn't belong to any union goes and purchase, and that person already has his taxi license, and he goes and purchases one of these vehicles from this investor? He's not in any union, but he goes and purchases one and he starts running his taxi with that vehicle. What would be your position on that? Would you agree with that, or you will have an issue with that?
Well, we would not have no issues now that things are clearing up, Mr. Shaky. Anybody, even in the union, if they would like to accept the deal in the taxi, that's on them. Well, we're not fighting against the investor. The investor have all the right to bring these vehicles and provide it to whoever. The problem is that they did not bring us to the light before and take these doubts of us. But if any taxi member wants, union or no union, wants to take this deal, it's up to them. And we're not against it. We're just against new taxi drivers that we don't know and new unions to be formed and new plates to be issued.
Okay.
That's our concern.
Bueno, ahí es cuando quiero entonces entrar en un poco más de conversación,
Yes.
porque ahí es cuando entramos en problemas de logística.
Correcto.
Justo cuando están insistiendo ustedes, de que no debe haber otra licencia,
Correcto.
ninguna otra persona incluida, porque en su pensamiento de ustedes ya hay mucho bendito taxi en el Orange Walk.
Correcto.
Ahora, si vamos a hablar la realidad, que vas tú, Mateo, con un inversionista y le dices, señor, yo quiero comprar uno de tus carros que tienes. Cuéntame acerca de qué es lo que tengo que hacer, qué son tus condiciones de venta. Entonces tú ves el carro muy bonito, un valor bastante fuerte. Recuérdate que al final del día el inversionista está haciendo esto por negocio.
Por negocio, correcto.
Nadie hace nada
por gratis.
Por gratis. Vamos a establecer esto muy en claro.
Claro, eso es muy
bien
claro.
Ahora, él te dice, Mateo, muchas gracias. Siéntate, te voy a explicar qué son las condiciones de venta. Te estoy cobrando $50 diario, lunes a sábado, que es un total de $300 por semana. Hay 52 semanas por el año, así que estamos hablando de 52 times 3, 6, $15,600 por año. Y te dice, tienes que tú pagarlo por 5 años. Que estamos hablando de 15 por 5, 75 más 3,000, $78,000.
Correcto.
En total, $78,000 es el valor total, lo que tú vas a terminar pagando.
Correcto.
Ok. El inversionista te dice, pero vamos a tener que llegar a un acuerdo acerca de esto. Yo no espero que el inversionista te diga, con tu primer pago de $50, toma las llaves, ve ahí fuera. Sería un tonto. La neta. Porque ¿qué tal si tú sales y por maldición te chocan o tú chocas? El valor del vehículo rápidamente ha caído para abajo. O es hasta probable que se destruya el vehículo. ¿Quién sufre esa pérdida?
Y en esa pregunta que tienes, Emanuel, no hemos tenido respuestas, pero el taxista, creo yo, hasta que no consiga mis respuestas hoy, creo que va a ser el taxista, responsable del vehículo, del seguro, y eso es lo que también está negociando el seguro. ¿Qué clase? Porque ahorita tenemos un third party insurance, que si tú chocas, el seguro paga el otro, pero a ti nada, ni tu carro.
Ajá, ¿y qué tal si te dañas
y ese es el
vehículo de $78,000? ¿Será que el inversionista va a tomar eso como una pérdida? Obviamente no.
Exactamente.
Obviamente no.
Y esas son las preguntas que tenemos.
Ok, entonces la otra pregunta es, ¿qué tipo de seguro va a requerir ese inversionista para poder cubrir la eventualidad de que haya un accidente? ¿Será que al final del día te va a permitir third party? Yo no creería, porque third party es justamente lo que es, tercer partido. El primer partido siendo la compañía de seguros, el segundo partido siendo tú, y el tercer partido siendo cualquier persona ahí fuera. Entonces, ellos van a cubrir los gastos de cualquier persona ahí fuera. Pero si tú te dañas el vehículo, la pérdida es tuya.
La pérdida es tuya, correcto. Y esas son las preguntas que tenemos.
Pero el inversionista va a necesitar protegerse.
Sí, entonces.
Así que estamos aquí estableciendo una plataforma. Luego van las preguntas. Si entonces así fuera, entonces quiere decir que el inversionista te va a requerir un tipo de seguro que lo cubra a él también, en la eventualidad de que haya un accidente.
Correctamente.
Ese único tipo de seguro sería un comprehensive. La otra pregunta es, ¿cuánto costaría? Y sabemos de que esto es bastante elevado. $2,500 aproximadamente, 1,800, dependiendo del valor del vehículo. No puedo decir que es tal, que conste. No estoy diciendo que es tal porque eso depende en el valor del vehículo y en el tipo. Eso cubriría al individuo, al inversionista.
Correcto.
La otra pregunta fuerte es, Mateo, esto y te lo estoy tirando. ¿A nombre de quién va a ir el título de ese vehículo cuando tú lo hayas ya firmado? Tal y tal, Mateo Quemé, el 20 de julio, ¿va a ir a nombre de Mateo Quemé? ¿O va a ir a nombre del inversionista y Mateo Quemé? ¿O va a haber un arreglo con un banco? ¿O cómo va la cosa?
Por la información que me dieron, the information I have is the title is going to go to the name of the company as the owner, and there will be two names to the title. The second name will be the name of the buyer, the leaser, which if I was to buy would be me, example. That's how the title would work.
So the owner of the vehicle would still remain the owner, the inversionista.
That's correct. See.
Yeah. And someone that has some information, I believe is credible, sent a text here say all vehicles will be on comprehensive insurance, and the vehicles will be under the name of the drivers and the company. The owner is putting up. The drivers of the cars will ask to pay $25 weekly for the comprehensive insurance, and the investor of the vehicle will cover a portion of it. So on top of the $300 that they will be paying, because they are charging $50 a day, which will be $300 a week because they are not charging for Sunday.
Do you know the source of that information?
Yep. I will give you. I'll give it to you off the air.
Okay.
Because this person has not to, you know. But this is what we.
Is it credible?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. Then we go back here and saying that how many of these taxi drivers that are in your union, do you know if they own their own car? You have your own car, right?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So
I my own plate. Correct.
All right. So there's these persons. Will you say the way the taxi business is, because you mentioned you have approximately 600 taxi, do you believe that it will be affordable for the taxi men to pay $50 a day plus that $25 a week for comprehensive insurance, which will be $325 weekly? The way the taxi business is, do you believe that the taxi owners will be able to pay that $50 a day?
To be honest, Mr. Shakin, no, I don't think they would be able to. Now with the economy being so low, and with people out there that their jobs don't pay as well, they pay every 15, and we got to pay every day. There's much of a difference, and we don't get that much customer. $50 would be a little bit too high.
Currently, there are owners of people renting vehicles.
Understand they pay $40.
$40.
Yes.
So a mere $10 is making all the difference?
Yes, it is. At the end of the day, there is $10 making a lot of difference, because you pay $40 a day, then you got to pay at least a vehicle waste is about $45 to $50 a day in gas. That's $95, and then you got to think about your profit. Now you're putting $10 more, so that'd be $105. Now you're thinking of just between gas and the owner, and then now you got to think about your profit. So we got to push it hard to make at least 150, 160 a day in taxi, just to look at our profit.
Then you need to look at your wear and tear as well.
Fantastic. Now, do you think that this would be an appropriate time for all the taxi unions to sit with the transport board and the mayor and to develop a taxi reform policy?
Yes, this is about the
Do
taxi.
you think that it's maybe a very opportune time to sit down and tell the mayor, hey, no new licenses is good, but for how long?
For how long? Correct.
Can it be that you're going to tell us this for 1 year, and then the following year, or within 2 years, come election time, the granting of the taxi licenses is being given out left, right, and bloody center? Do you think, how are you going to protect yourselves in the eventuality that that happens?
Well, there is no guarantee to that, Mr. Manuel. There is no guarantee. The only guarantee we have is the mayor's word as when he's representing us as mayor.
Do you think that it would be good for the associations to sit with and to have and to generate a policy that would follow up on the amount of taxis on the road and try to streamline that amount just so where it would lessen the amount of taxis on the road and therefore make it more possible for people who want to rent these cars to be able to generate more cash. Do you think that's a possibility?
There's a possibility. It's a possibility.
Because as it is right now, you mentioned that the $50 times 6 would be 300 plus 25 for insurance is 325. That's $325 going out of your pocket on a weekly basis. Or what if you only make $500 a week? That means that, A, that does not even include your gasoline.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And we got some information as well that the company was trying to work, from what I understood, it's not confirmed until today, and that the company is trying to give work with the taxi, whoever's interested in buying it, giving not only Sundays but also Saturdays for free to help them accommodate with the prices. So Saturday will compensate a lot, because if you pay $50 on Saturday, then if you're not paying it, that's $10 off for each week.
And usually Saturday by the afternoon time, it gets null. You know. But as someone say here that we have a taxi union where 7 members are ready to sign up for these vehicles. They are just finalizing the details. What if your union doesn't sign up for these vehicles and other person get these vehicles and the persons that usually ride the taxis choose to ride those ones and not the current one that are on the market right now?
Well, then we'll be at loss, Mr. Shaky. I mean, everything is possible in this life, and that's up to the people. What we are fighting, we're not fighting against that, and we're not fighting who's going to make more and who's going to make less. What we're fighting, basically, and I keep saying it, is that no more new unions and no more new plates.
I just got a text that came in from the council. It says there is a moratorium on taxi plates since 2017. The council passed that moratorium a long time. And this came from the council.
This came from the council.
So
at the end, and we're glad to hear that. And we're glad to hear that. But for how long will the moratorium be in place?
Yeah.
That is the question.
Yeah, but it's in place right now. So it's in place right now. So negotiating right now, I believe you say you'll be meeting with some of the authorities. This is one of the points that you need to put in, like what Emmanuel said, for how long that's going to be there.
And that will have to be worked along the lines of the taxi policy, of the taxi reform policy. I don't want to sound as if this is our lot of gibberish, but a simple plain thing. Tell you what, we got too much taxi. We could bring down. At the end of the day, I'll be honest with you. Me personally, I welcome the idea of having a new genre of taxis on the road that offer you professional and quality service. But the question is, will they be able to be competitive? And will they need to raise the prices? And if the important thing is, if it is comprehensive insurance, can we tout to the public, or can we use it can the taxi use it for his convenience, that at the end of the day, since it's going to be comprehensive, that passengers in the vehicles are covered in case there is an accident? Because as it is right now under third-party insurance, if you are in the vehicle and you are, the taxi is in caught in an accident, man, only God there with you.
You live by your own.
You live by your own. Because the third party only covers damage to other people outside of the vehicle, not inside of the vehicle. So if the taxi is the one, the driver is the one who accepts the blame, the thing is outside, not inside. At the end of the day, the person, never mind how damaged he is, will get Nothing. Because it's not a third party. He would be a fourth party.
Correct.
You understand me?
A text says here, a moratorium can only last depending on the council. If another council takes power, then they can change it. But this existing council cannot change it. Okay. I understand it's set for the term of the council. So they have their
When did that come into place?
I don't really know.
I'm pretty sure the answer will come right now.
And this one's
I imagine that it was after the municipal elections.
yeah. Somebody said what we need is what we need a Balavan or buses. But people are sure what they want.
At the end of the day,
the people are the
I'm
ones
trying to look at the benefits of having the taxis on the road. Will certain hotels and restaurants prefer to offer the service of
a company
or a taxi union that has brand new vehicles in place rather than the old, no offense please, but so pelado, than the old dilapidated vehicles that you can actually see the road sometimes beneath you? Solo falta que el chofer saque las patas y como like the cartoons, like the Flintstones. Thank you very much, Morris. You know what I mean? Some of these, I'll be very honest with you, are in terrible situation. My God, if you got a woman look for that baby, you got the baby right in there.
That is true. That
we
is
have
true.
a car coming in.
Adelante.
Yeah, sorry.
That's the thing. Now, will you prefer to pay a little bit more riding a nice vehicle, knowing that at the end of the day it's dependable, you will not break down, you'll have a comfortable ride, and if it is so that the comprehensive will, and I think that I'd like to ask somebody who is versed in comprehensive insurance to please confirm to us if the passengers in a vehicle are covered as well. This is of vital importance, because if it is covered, then that means that they'll be able to tout the fact that passengers are covered in case there's an accident. And I think that anybody in a right mind would like to ride in a vehicle that is covered by insurance. Am I that right?
That's right. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay. We need to go on a break because things are getting 7:44. We'll be right back with you after these messages. Don't go away.
When it comes to running my business, I have to ensure that my office is always connected and that my service is the best. This is exactly what I need from my internet provider at my home also. That's why I chose Diginet. It's fast, reliable, and most importantly, it's affordable. With Diginet, I get a reliable connection plus 6 gigabytes free mobile data each month to use while I'm on the go, all for just $99. This is big savings for me. Diginet gives me the edge I need to take my business to the next level, right from home. Visit your nearest BTL office to find out more about Diginet and how you can save, just like me.
Now available in Placentia and Balamas phases 1 to 4. Coming soon to Benque and Corozal.
Everyone needs a getaway. Why not make it in your own backyard? Learn the history of your old capital. Or venture out on a road trip to experience the village life and be captivated by nature's wildlife, culture, and food. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
You have an 8-cylinder powerful engine disguised as an aluminum alloy that spins at 8,000 revolutions per minute.
Goes like this. You think it's a turbo?
No, with a cleaning of injectors and a change of oil, you will run more efficient, my friend.
For those who understand the engine like it talks to you, we speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
I want to watch my video.
Girls, be quiet. Just give me a minute.
Hey, Miss Michelle. Kids giving you trouble again?
Yes, they're making me crazy. Plus, the internet isn't working.
I know what you mean. We had internet issues too. Then we signed up for DigiNet. Best decision ever.
DigiNet?
Yep. It's BTL's new fiber optic internet for your home that they are rolling out countrywide. Now, it's just awesome internet all the time. Plus, my parents have the ultimate bundle, which comes with a free mobile postpaid plan and a free unlimited home phone.
Did you say free?
Yes, I did. And for a businessman like you, you can bundle and get 6 gigabytes free mobile data every month. My dad loves it because it saves him a lot of money.
Save?
Yep. Plan starts at $69, so you can stop stealing Miss Michelle's Wi-Fi now.
Not true, miss. Not true, miss.
But hey, what do I know? I'm just a kid. Head over to VTL and see for yourself.
Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like.
Now available in Placencia and Belamas phases 1 to 4. Coming soon to Benque and Corozal.
6 cylinders to pure potential and better performance.
It looks like it vibrates. You think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the injectors, it will start to get the washers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Did you know that if you are an owner or operator providing accommodation for cash purposes to any local or foreign guest, regardless of its location in the country, you are required by law to register with the Registrar Hotels at the Belize Tourism Board? Did you know that? Section 27(1) of the Hotels and Tourist Accommodation Act, Chapter 285 of the Substantive Laws of Belize, Revised Edition 2011, makes it mandatory for you to register with the BTB? For further information, please contact the BTB by email, telephone, or fax.
Hi, my name is Michael Tios. I'm a DigiNet customer. My internet experience is wonderful. My children go to school, they're in high school, and the demands of them having to surf to do homework, also doing their games, there's no buffering when you're watching movies on Netflix likewise too. And when 5 of us are actually on, I no longer have the problem of having to be waiting for that eternal circle to while they're buffering, so it's been excellent. For myself, normally when I have to do proposals, I have to download large files. I also, on a daily basis, maybe just the music while I'm doing my work likewise too. If I have to sign up for DigiNet, I had a 2 meg internet. I took on the 10 meg package, which is for $99. Also offers me free mobile data and talk. For an additional $25, I bundle my home phone onto my DigiNet plan. Since switching over to BTL DigiNet services, I've been able to head to my bed much more earlier. I no longer have to be wait up late at night, waiting till I can actually have the amount of bandwidth to do my work. I'm recommending everyone to sign up for DigiNet services. And also, if you have a home phone, to add on the bundle, it will save you hugely.
Now available in Placencia and Belamas phases 1 to 4. Coming soon to Benque and Corozal.
The sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longaniza, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillett's Meat Shop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. It is 8 minutes before 8 o'clock. Bienvenidos de vuelta al Sugar City Morning Show, las 8 menos 8 minutos. Aquí con el señor Mateo Queme y también con Mr. Robert Checky Usher. Estamos discutiendo la situación actual con los taxistas que están... No voy a poner palabras en sus bocas, pero te voy a decirte que quieren saber más acerca de el tratado antes de poder decir estoy de acuerdo. Este señor representa 6 o 7 asociaciones de taxi aquí en Orange Grove y con esa fuerza, esa calidad que viene a representar estas personas. Estamos hablando acerca de las preguntas relativas a lo que es el cambio del título. El poder ir con el inversionista y decirle, yo quiero comprar tu carro. Yo estoy de acuerdo pagarte $50 al día, estoy de acuerdo a pagarte tus $25 de seguro, ¿ok? Pero ¿vas a ponerlo a mi nombre o...? Porque quiero hablar acerca de esto, porque el concilio ha dicho que hay un moratorio y tenemos prueba que el concilio ha dicho y les agradezco el mensaje. Pero el moratorio dice de que no se debe de dar licencias nuevas. Así que nada más los que están actuales en lista, en el padrón, van a poder conseguir tus licencias.
Right. They made it clear.
Lo hicieron muy claro. ¿Cómo van a tratar el asunto, sin embargo, de que el título del carro va a permanecer en nombre del inversionista? Porque de tonto que el inversionista te pasa el título a nombre de fulanito si solo me está pagando $50 a la semana.
Al día.
Al día, perdón. Sería un tonto. ¿Cómo vas a tratar eso si va a ir en nombre de 2 personas? ¿Y cómo vas a poder romper ese moratorio para incluir el nombre del inversionista ahí dentro si al final del día es una persona nueva? Logística con la que quizás se pueda tratar, se pueda lidiar, pero ¿qué son tus observaciones?
Otra pregunta, sí, lo mismo que tú acabas de decir, y son preguntas que le vamos a hacer al alcalde hoy, porque nos dio la oportunidad del meeting allá en Truck Farm Park a las 9:30. He gave us the opportunity to speak to him, answer all questions with the representative of the company, I believe, Mr. Urbina, Jose Urbina. The questions are basically what you're saying right now. Now, if there's no new taxes, okay. Let's say an example, one of the taxi members grabs one of these cars. These are the same questions we're going to ask him. Not the mayor, but the representative. What would happen 2 years from now? You make so much payments, your daughter gets sick. You can't work for a week. Okay. El inversionista will want his car back. I ain't getting no money, I want my car back. Okay. This is where it comes to our concern. ¿Qué va a pasar con esa placa? El inversionista me va a devolver mi placa porque yo soy dueño de esa placa. No el inversionista.
Ándale.
Si yo le doy la placa al inversionista, hay otro taxista nuevo.
Él puede llevar su carro.
Se está creando un loophole ahí donde quizás el mismo inversionista pueda tomar de vuelta y pasárselo a otra persona y que no sea Mateo Queme.
Esas son las preguntas que tenemos y concerns.
Pero
that's a valid concern.
Of course, it's a valid concern, and everything has to do with the name of the title.
Y por eso los uniones me dijeron que venga y haga estas preguntas y lo mismo que le vamos al mayor, no al mayor, al representante.
Otra cosa es que tal si muere el operador de taxi, Dios no quiera, yo voy y rento un vehículo, pago mis $50 por 2 años y ¡bam! Consigo un heart attack. ¿Qué sucede? Obviamente, pues ya me moría, ya la licencia tiene que pasarle a otra persona, pero ¿se fue toda mi inversión de $30,000? ¿O será que quizás al final del día me pueden devolver un 25% o algo a eso?
But that thing with the license plate, like he's talking about, that license plate is issued to you.
Correct.
That's in your name.
Correct.
So it's up to you when you negotiate with the investor. If anything happens and I have to hand in this car because I cannot afford it, I need to get back my plate.
That's with the investor, that's not with the mayor.
That's with yourself and the investor. That's what you have to negotiate with the investor. But it's good that you can ask them about it as well.
It's got to be written in country, it's got to be explained to us. You know, that's
Así que todo esto depende de lo que está en el contrato de la condición de venta.
Right.
Porque eso quiero decirle a los taxistas que se pongan cuidado cuando firmen estos contratos.
Right.
Pregunten estas preguntas. ¿Qué va a pasar con la placa cuando yo ya no pueda pagar y te dé tu carro? ¿Me vas a dar mi placa para yo ponerlo a un carrito más decente y más barato?
Y
¿Qué otras preguntas?
Puedes ver, alright, ya tenemos ese papel, firma eso, ese dice que el carro va, pero hay que leer todo que está en ese documento.
Muy cierto.
Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Yes, good morning, Cheque.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yes, some years ago, a problem of the release to the village, right? And the taxi association had got an arrangement more or less like what they're trying to do here in New York. And the president of the association had negotiated with some importing company that brings in vans, brand new vans, right? Toyotas. And they signed the agreement, and they were paying, but some members of the association became delinquent and stopped paying. And what happened is that the strategic investor, they strung all the vans from all the members. And my brother was involved in the association, and he had made a lot of thousands of dollars of payments, and he ended losing the van and the payments that he had made. So this is very serious.
So even the ones that were not paying, that were delinquent, they still took away the vans from them?
Yes. Yeah. All those who were up to date with their payments lost their vans to the strategic investor.
So basically, the investor got pissed at everybody, for one bad apple. Took all the vans.
But that's illegal because the contract binding you.
This is very serious, and I'm wondering, right, if someone is not fronting for some money laundering thing.
Yeah.
Those are questions and concerns that are raised as well.
All right, thanks very much for that, Carl.
Yes.
But you say, Emmanuel, like you rightly say, it's the agreement that you make between yourself and the investor. Because you can't, if you have one plate, you can't go, you have your license plate, you can't trade it off with me, right?
No,
you cannot trade it off with me.
Not at all.
La cosa es que al final del día, nadie te está forzando a ir a comprar el bendito carro.
Al final del
nadie tiene un pedazo de palo que dice tienes que firmar. Si no, nadie.
Y al final del día...
Esa decisión es tuya de ir a hacerlo.
Y nosotros no estamos peleando, como digo y repito, no estamos peleando contra el investor. Solo queremos preguntas que los contesten, que los van a hacer este día.
Pero que las preguntas sean, las respuestas sean conducivas a buenas relaciones.
Porque como acaba de decir Mr. Sheikhy, le mandaron un mensaje del concilio que hay un moratorium.
No, pues,
the mayor sends a text and he said the moratorium that is in effect will not be lifted as long as we are in office.
Okay.
That's what the mayor
When did the moratorium come in place?
Well, he said long ago, before 2017. But
before 2017?
Yeah, I think it was before 2017 because he said long ago, but he said that it's there since 2017 as well.
Since 2017, I just want to label that. Since 2017, ladies and gentlemen. So just put that in perspective and analyze that.
Yeah, but also, Emmanuel, with this thing, with the plates, right? Like the gentleman said, that they need to be careful. But do you know if there's a possibility, let's say that you have the capital to invest in that vehicle. Do you know if you can go and buy the vehicle cash from the investor, or you do not have that information?
So far, Mr. Sheikhy, we have the only information that they gave me is you can go through a bank or through in person, going through paying daily rate. That's the only two answers I got from
so
my
you can go to the bank and you can
request a financial help.
You can do an arrangement with the bank where the bank is going to give you a loan and finance you, so you can actually end up buying the vehicle and at a rate, or you can go directly to the company and say, tell you what, I want to buy a vehicle, but I could pay you $50 a day.
Yeah, so you have that option.
Those are the two options.
So if you get financing to a financial institution, the banks or credit union, then you could buy the vehicle, and that $300 that you're paying for the week, look at it as $1,200 a month. Probably you might be paying $800 at the bank, or $700 or $500, depends. So there is option, but going to the bank, Emmanuel, like you said, that these cars, this person have to have some kind of collateral if the car get damaged. That's why the comprehensive insurance comes in play. Going to the bank, you also need a collateral.
That's right.
Yeah.
How you need a collateral.
And these are all
because, hey, tell you what, those bankers are not going to let go money just because of your good look.
And like I keep repeating, whoever wants to take, you're not being forced to take these cars, and that's not what we're fighting. Investors welcome to bring as many cars as you want. We were concerned about the questions we have. Whoever wants to take, like you said, Emmanuel, those cars, it's up to you and the investor, no, not us. Our concerns need to be answered. And basically we're getting text, but today he'll answer it in person, give us his face as a man and say, hey, this is what's going to happen, this is my role here, and then the questions are going to be to the traffic manager or the company representative, and our questions will be answered. Now, what you do after that with the investor, if you want to go, you don't have to be a union or non-union, you can go and purchase the vehicle if you want. You just think about and read. The only advice I have, read very carefully the contracts.
What you're signing.
What you're signing, because it's not $10, $20, or a $300 washer you're signing.
If me and Emmanuel want to buy one car and put it private, we could buy one of the car. We could go and buy one of the car.
Yes.
If we want to get a license private. But let's get this call. Hello, good morning. Sugar City Morning Show. Good morning.
Buenos días, buenos días.
¿Cómo el resto está viniendo y he conseguido taxi plates tan rápido? Cuando yo tengo como más de 25, 28 personas que han pagado su taxi license y no pueden conseguir un taxi license. ¿Ah? ¿Qué está pasando con la mía? Yo puedo mencionar bastantes taxistas que están operando depende del poder, ¿no? Y solo marca taxi, eso vecino, pero no tiene placa.
¿Así?
Pregúntale a mí cómo puede autorizar una persona. ¿Quién es esta persona que está trayendo esos vehículos para comenzar? ¿Cómo él se llama? La gente de Villa necesita saber esta persona. ¿Quién es él? Who is him? ¿Ah? Yo tengo bastantes amigos que están operando carros, taxistas, que no tienen un yo estoy acá en Orange Jack 3-4 veces a la semana y yo a veces yo paro un taxi, pero este taxista no tiene
la placa.
Green placas, right? Ahora este taxista yo no lo conozco. ¿Quién es él? Who is this person? Ahora solo de repente va a venir a traer taxis acá y ya cogió place for Mexico rules of taxis. Yeah, that's wrong. That's totally wrong. Yo puedo mencionar bastante taxistas, amigos míos, que no tienen una placa. Ellos tienen por lo menos zero, not like green license plate in their cars. You understand me? And that's totally wrong. That's totally wrong. Mira, Mr. Ling. Ya llega con eso ahora también. Se va a... Mira, Mr. Ling, ya pagó desde January y no tiene una placa. ¿Ah? Y yo puedo mencionar bastantes nombres. That's totally wrong. That's corruption. Please, stop this nonsense. Tell me, please. I work with you to listen to me. They have a lot of taxi drivers with a permit, without a taxi plate. Come on. Ahorita quiero saber quién es the who invests so much $500,000 and he don't get a taxi plate.
What happened is this person, the investor is not getting plates.
I think I know who that is el eleccionista, because the Jack people need to know who this Marshman.
All right, thank you. Mr. Keme, what I would like to ask you, do you have any legal representation?
At the moment, no, because we didn't see this as an issue that we had to take yet as far.
Yeah, because what happened is maybe I think it would be a good idea if you all go and see an attorney, a legal representation. So when you go to this person to buy this car, has the representation.
That is another question that was raised, Mr.
Attorney as well, because I think you all need to know exactly what
that is. And also in trying to formulate the taxi policy.
Right. That's another question that was raised because
let me get this car.
Get that car.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
I'm listening to your program right now, and it doesn't sound too clear, because as far as I heard in the news, even countrywide, is that the taximen do not have to take the cars.
No.
There's not a new taxi association that's being formed. It's an investor that brought in some cars, as far as I'm concerned, and I understand, that if you want, you can get a car from him. Right, for a price of what, $50 a week or something like that.
$50 a day.
So that's a day. That's what I understood. It's not a new taxi association that's being formed. It is an investor that bought some cars that he wants to give the taxi man to run.
Right.
And as far as I understand too, I am not sure that they have other investors, local investors, right, in town that have 3-4 cars running taxi that these people also rent. You know, it is people investing, but as far as I understand, it's not a new taxi association that is being formed. So I think they need to clear the air on that, right?
Yeah, that's not the message.
I think they are pondering on the mayor.
That is not the message that you are sending out.
He wants to give another person to run a taxi service. And if it is so, let me tell you something, if it is so, I'm totally against that procedure, because I think we have too many taxis in our town.
Yeah, Carla, that is not the message. That is not the message we are sending out. The mayor texts from early in the morning, and he says that he's not giving any new plates to any other person. This person that has these cars, what we're explaining this morning, he is selling these cars and up to anybody who wants to buy the car. He's not having a
That's what I understand. I'm a person that understand what they said. But the previous caller went up and saying that this is a mafia, blah, 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 blah. Anybody can invest. If I have some money to invest, and I see it is feasible that I can bring some cars and I can give it to taxi drivers that have taxi license already to make money, and they want to accept my terms and conditions, I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't see where the mayor is involved in that. It is me as an investor want to bring in vehicles and give it to people. It's up to the taxi drivers. Let me stress on that. It's up to the taxi drivers to accept the terms and conditions that an investor wants to give them. Now, if they are going to form a new taxi association or a new taxi service, then I am against that. Let us be clear on that, right? So I don't see where you're confusing the two issues, you know? That's why I don't see it. I mean, we need to clarify this on that, because I see that gentleman, the taxi association, I could give a good advice. If you are so united, why don't you form an association, go to the banks and borrow from the banks and get your nice cars too? I mean, that's a way to do it too. That's what you call cooperative.
So may I interject? Please, what you just hope to correct,
yes,
there was no need because we are on the same platform.
Okay. I just trying to.
We never tried to.
What that is anything.
We never tried to.
They have to be clear, right? I suggest that person is a taxi man, represents a taxi association or a taxi driver. Why don't you form an association and go to the banks or go to the credit unions and get a loan and upgrade your cars? Because really and truly, a lot of those cars running on the tongue, they're not roadworthy. They're not really roadworthy. They're dilapidated and need to be changed. I mean, let's face the fact. You know, thank you very much. That's my input for today.
Thank you as well.
I just want to clarify to the caller and take time out that I think we are on the same page.
We are.
Okay? We at no time mentioned that anybody is being forced.
That's correct.
With a piece of stick, I said, take it. We established that from the very beginning. No, that's not the point. The point is that if you want, you get into that.
Can you want to follow him on your television?
Hello?
Yes, you want to follow him on your television, please? Just go on and follow him on your television and then you can call us back because we have a strong feedback right here. We know Mr. Keme has to go, Emmanuel. He needs to go.
But one of the things that I mentioned a while ago.
The call is coming in. Okay. Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Hello, morning, Chicky. Good morning, Mr. Fred.
Good morning, sir.
This is a bounty, right?
Oh.
I got information yesterday that $50 a day than the charge for the taxi. I think that $500 a month than the charge for the taxi.
500 a month. That is still cheaper. That is still cheaper.
Yeah, because then when you rent from somebody else, you end up paying $960 a month. So with this new car, I think that $500 a month you have to pay for a period of 5 years. I think that's the correct information, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, well, thanks for that clarification, all right?
And that's the reason we're inviting everybody to go ask, because there will be a representative of the company.
Oh, of the company?
Yes, of the company. I got the text from the mayor.
Yeah.
And he said there will be the mayor will be there. There will be a representative of the company because the questions are more towards the company than to the mayor.
Right.
The mayor's just there to clear that what his involvement in this role is as far as the council and tile changing.
You want to hear my honest opinion about the whole business thing?
We want to hear it.
Please, Mr. Investor, put up a storefront.
Yep.
Let people know who you are. Put up a sign that says we sell, lease, rent vehicles. Put up a, just like Caribbean Motors, just like BC, it is because people don't, the cloud of doubt or of uncertainty that surrounds the whole issue that is causing so many people to have questions. But if you were to come out as a business and declare yourself with a storefront, people would have the option of walking in and asking questions. As it is right now, who do you have to ask questions? The only thing that people quickly arrive to erroneously is, maybe call the mayor, why can't the mayor be behind this thing? Maybe might that know.
Yes.
about what's going on.
That is true. He might not even know. But
you know what I mean? And I'm not defending him. It could have been anybody else.
Correct.
But the point is that
because he's in charge of the town.
If there was a storefront, if there was company XYZ bringing vehicles, then there would be more legitimacy in regards to the whole business venture. Because people will have the ability to walk in and say, I want to know more about this thing.
And the next thing I want to clear, Manuel and Mr. Shaky, is that we were kept in the dark. We were given no questions, no answers. And since this arrives in the media, now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
When it could have been avoided a long time ago, with just when we made an appointment with the mayor to him to show up. That's all we needed, or the representative to come through.
When you tried to talk to the mayor, didn't they try to send you to the transport board,
manager,
transport department
to
or
the
something?
Transport manager. We had questions about it, and the mayor, the first thing he said, go to my transport manager. And I looked at, I thought about it. I was like, this is not a traffic incident situation. This is a situation that's bigger yet. And we need answers. But yes, he sent me to the transport manager.
All right, so before you go, they are not forcing you all to buy these cars?
No, sir, they're not. And let's make that clear.
Right. And you are not against anyone
selling
who wants
these
to buy
cars.
these cars, or anyone who wants to buy the car and put their license plate on it.
That's correct.
All
We're
you need
not.
to do is all you need is clarification.
Clarification.
But like I say, I'm giving you a little advice to try to get some legal representation.
And we will.
So you know where you're
and
going,
like
right?
the gentleman said before, that we in this town, as divided as union, we need one union. And hire that representation as lawyer in case of any emergencies. All we can go is get together and get that lawyer, because we all come together the way we came at this issue.
Yeah.
One thing that has become paramountly clear, ladies and gentlemen, is that there needs to be some sort of reform to the taxi situation. We have seen over the years that politicians bend the rules and break the laws and so forth for the sake of getting the support from people. Now we are actually in a situation that we have too many taxis. So much so that going into a new venture, going into the idea of embracing the idea of going to buy a brand new vehicle can easily be classified as lunacy because of the increased competition. You won't have the amount of flow to be able to justify payments or to make the payments for that. If it were the other way around, where we had lesser amount of taxes, then it would be decreased competition, and then it would make it easier for people to be able to invest in brand new taxis, brand new cars, and offer better service.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
We're not against the council or the mayor to try to improve our vehicles. There is many vehicles out there that are out of date, need a lot of lights, brakes are not working. I mean, old, can hardly run.
Door handles, for God's sake. One broke in my hand yesterday.
Yeah. The door handles, that was my car. No, I'm just kidding. Door handles and etc. We're not against that. We're happy if he tries to better our cars or our vehicles. Tell us what to do and we'll do it. Even a little paint, like I was talking to the unions, we all need to get together, talk to each other, and if we can help our brother paint his car or fix your car. You don't got the money, okay, we can all be as a union help you. Because we all fall under the category of taxi man, no matter what. And we're not against the mayor on that issue or the town council or the transport department. We need to better some cars here, yes.
But like I said, it has become, the mayor has said that there is currently a moratorium on that.
Yes.
And they are going to adhere to that.
Yes.
My question is, for how long?
But he said as long as this council is in.
Yes. The stranger things have happened where you have a brand new town council within the next 2-3 years.
Then we'll bring
and then
again.
that will be deja vu all over again.
Then we'll have a fight again for our rights.
Exactly.
And we will be here to do
but there must be something that is constant, a taxi policy that is.
Well, I think there should be one, and I think we have to, like Mr. Shaky said, get legal advice, and I think we have to send that letter to Belmopan, to the main transport department.
But a committee where the associations have a voice, have representation, go like, Mr. Man, we don't got 450 taxi, make a keep it there, or 500 taxi, because things are getting increasingly competitive, and we can't afford to pay really, what you call it. As it is right now, you talk to any taxi, and the first thing they come to the mind is, well, we have to work hard for money.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, because some taxis got to work up to late. What they don't make in the day, they try to compensate at night. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you got to understand that these taxis' concern is that their lives run in danger. You've seen so many things.
And since I have the attention of the transport department and hopefully even the mayor and the, what you call it, I like to voice a concern. The thing is that there are some taxi people out there taking advantage of the customers. And from as soon as 10:30, 10 o'clock, 10:30, charging double rates.
Price go up.
Yes.
10:30 what, AM?
10:30 at night.
AM.
Okay.
At night.
There is a clause in the law that says that after such an hour, you can double the price.
It's 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock. But as soon as 11, 10, 9:30, 10 o'clock, 10:30, then done they double the price.
That is wrong.
Another thing is that if I am paying a $10 fare to be taken home, I should have the privacy of being the only one in that vehicle, because I'm paying that full fare for that. I'm paying $10. What happens with some of these taxis is that they stop on the road and pick up 3-4 people
you pay at
$10 each. And so these people are making $40 on the run at night. Whoever is listening, please do something about it. It's not everybody. It is only some people. I could give you license plate numbers if you want.
Like they say, one bad apple spoils the rest.
Right. You need to address that, because people sometimes don't say these things. They're not as big-mouthed, but hey, you need to address that situation. And this and many other things need to be addressed. I believe that the taxi situation needs to have some further detailing of the act and so forth, as to what you can do and what you can't do and so forth. And I do believe that checking suggestion of going to a lawyer or getting some sort of legal advice is a damn good idea. And at the same time, for you to sit with the mayor and work out some sort of policy where, you know, the mayor and or whichever mayor, whichever party is in place, adheres to these policies, where at the end of the day, life is made easier and better for everybody.
Correct.
And not just for the politically connected.
Well, hopefully after today at 9:30, like I said, I invite whoever wants to go at 9:30 Trout Farm Basketball Court to listen to the mayor and the representative of this company. After that, we'll have a lot of questions answered and a lot of issues resolved.
Well, Mr. Keme, it's 25 minutes after 8 o'clock. We know you need to go.
Yes.
What's your message out there, not only to your taxi man, the mayor, and investor, but to the persons that uses your service?
To the persons that use our service, the only thing I can tell them is express yourselves to us and tell us how we can better our service to you. And basically thank them for supporting us in all this situation, because they did support us. I have so much text and Facebook and on text on my phone, and people supported me when they thought that things were going wrong, because we had no explanation. But yes, keep supporting us. Give us your opinions on how to better off your accommodation, because at the end of the day, we provide service for you people out there. At the end of the day, even if we take or don't take these taxes, you're the one that's going to be paying for it with us. That's about it, Mr. Shaky.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Ben, and all the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Manuel.
I want to just tell you that at the end of the day, discussions like these are healthy. We get to inform ourselves, we get to educate ourselves, and at the end of the day, I want to wish everybody all success in what you do. Like I said, nobody's pushing down anything on anybody's throat.
That is
but
correct.
At the end of the day, believe me, when you go to the point and you make that signature, make sure you know what you're signing for.
Yes.
Yeah, that signature is binding.
Because you got to remember that signatures as well, or that contract you're taking, does not come from a lawyer. It comes from a representative and the owner.
Yep.
There is no legal lawyer involved.
And believe me, politics being what it is, there are always ulterior motives involved in, and sometimes they are as occluded as hell. So I just want you to know to tread carefully with this.
Yes.
And we welcome the idea of having good taxes on the road. Hell yes. I use taxis on a daily basis.
Yes.
The point is, are you willing to pay
a little bit
more? If it is so, we're not saying that it will happen, but are we saying that if it happens, are you willing to pay a little more for the benefit that you're getting? With that, I'm going to say thank you, Mr. Mateo. Thank you very much. Thank you, the audience. We are going to be taking a break at this moment at 8:28, and we'll be right back with more after these messages.
Freshly extracted local honey, perfect for today's dessert. And these locally produced onions, they are just the right size for my popular onion rings and hamburgers. And these cuts of sheep lamb, also grown locally, are just perfect for my succulent barbecue. When I think about my family's health, I buy local products first. After all, they are fresh and healthier. And if you do the same, you're shaping a brighter future for your community, your family, and yourself, as local spending circles back to you. Remember, when you buy local products, you are building a better Belize.
This message is proudly sponsored by the Food and Agriculture Organization, European Union, Ministry of Agriculture, and Belize Marketing and Development Corporation.
Notice the residents of rural communities in Orange Walk and Corozal districts. If you value your health and your children's health, you will dispose of your garbage only at approved sites. The disposal of garbage at any other location is illegal, and if caught, you can be fined up to $5,000. If you don't get caught, you can still suffer health impacts caused by these illegal sites, because illegal dump sites harbor pests such as rodents, possums, and mosquitoes that carry diseases. These can transmit those diseases to you and your children. In addition, the garbage you throw away illegally can contaminate water bodies near your community, the same water bodies you might use for recreation or other purposes. Only with your help can the Department of Environment ensure that Belize's development is safe for present and future generations. You can also contact your local village councils or Belize Solid Waste Management Authority for more information. The Department of Environment thanks you for your help.
The first two phases of the Hummingbird Highway Rehabilitation Project, from the Belmopan Roundabout Junction to Saboon Bridge and Alta Vista Bridge to Dangriga Town, has already made a remarkable difference for commuters and residents alike. These first two phases are a $16.5 million investment by the government of Belize. Under this project, the highway is being rehabilitated through improvement of the road pavement to create a safer environment for the public. Improvements, especially in the areas that pose a high risk to motorists, include the introduction of paved road shoulders, high visibility line markings, reflective road studs, bus laybys, and other features that will bring the entire road segment in line with internationally recognized standards. Additionally, the replacement of the existing single-lane bridges will reduce road user risks. These improvements will increase economic, tourism, and agricultural opportunities, further encouraging the social development of Belize, particularly in the south. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
There's no need to go across the border to enjoy sun, sand, and crystal blue waters. Belize's northern islands and reef are just a boat ride away. Go slow and immerse yourself into the Caribbean Sea or enjoy some fresh coconut water. Or pick up the pace on an island where locals can enjoy sandy beaches by day and feast on your fresh catch by night. Discover the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef and submerge yourself into another world where you can experience a traffic jam you will want to return. You can also make new friends along the way. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Residents of Dangriga now have their very own brand new modernized multi-purpose complex, compliments of the government of Belize. This $3.5 million investment in the cultural capital will host sporting events, cultural events, and shows, and can double as a hurricane shelter. Features include seating for 1,000, a fully FIBA certified wooden court, locker rooms with full bathrooms, a stage and changing rooms backstage, concession stands, office space, and ample parking. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Kenneth Richards, and I'm representing Cellular Plus, where we provide sales for cell phones and cell phone servicing and also TV repairs. We use the net a lot to download softwares and different programs for the servicing of our devices. We need something more reliable and stable. Previous internet that we've been using had a lot of droppage. Sometimes it was non-existent for a couple hours. We are a service-minded company and we need to get our products out and servicing out as quick as possible. Now with the DigiNet service, surfing the web looking for stuff for customers has improved our time and everything. Software downloads or software uploads, communicating with your customers and transferring large files, and improve our service on a wide spectrum of services that we provide. Anyone that's internet-based and service-driven, I would recommend DigiNet to everyone in Belize.
Now available in Placentia and Belamas phases 1 to 4. Coming soon to Benque and Corozal.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. It is exactly 34 minutes after 8 or 26 minutes before 9, where one put it. It is my distinct pleasure to, at this point, welcome Dr. Homero Novello. And buenos dias, good morning.
Thank you, Chick. Thank you. No make the mistake, the Kalaman like that.
These little things I get thinking.
How are you doing?
I'm all right, Manuel, thank you very much for asking. I feel really, I had a long night last night. I was campaigning, and for the first time, I ended up at 9:30. I promised myself that I was not going to campaign at night because the day is made to work and the night to rest. I'm an early sleeper. I sleep at 9 o'clock, 9:30, but I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning, Manuel. I don't know if many people do that. I know the farming community does that because they start to call me early.
Well, I am no farmer, and I am...
That happens to you?
But I normally go to sleep from as early as 9:30.
Yeah.
But I don't need to wake up at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, that when it comes.
I will get up at 5 o'clock, and I will have my coffee, and I will eat my meat pies, unlike some people.
Tell us, good morning. Myself and Emmanuel are pleased because we understand that the registration for the second week has risen up to close to 3,000, exceeded from the first week. How is it going for Orange Walk North?
Well, it's the numbers are coming up also. What happened is that we had a little slumber on our people, but they are, we're visiting them and we're asking them to please do, and we're happy to say that many of them told me, we did it Monday, we did it Tuesday, or yesterday we were there. Mm-hmm. So I'm very happy for all these people that are doing it. They're fulfilling their civic duty. And so the numbers are showing that, yes,
did you go to register?
I never.
None of you guys?
I mean, you say me a call me?
Yes.
You say me a call me?
Oh, you did not promise to call you. I don't have to call you. But it's your civic duty.
Yes, but you tell me I call me, we go together, but you tell me don't go, I just still want to ensure I go. That, but the registration center for Orange Walk North right now is open in San Jose. Are people from other villages in the constituents going to San Jose and register?
Yes, they are. What happened though is there's news, also the fact that the registration people will also be at Douglas this weekend. And therefore we're asking from Douglas to make an effort to be there, those who have not registered yet, because many of them went to San Jose and already did it.
Okay. Hablemos en español para el beneficio de la gente que vive en esa área.
Bueno, este fin de semana la gente que está registrando de las elecciones, que está registrando a la gente de,
que vive en las áreas, ¿sí?
Sí, van a estar en Douglas. Y en Douglas, pues, ya le dijimos a la gente, ya visitamos a la gente diciéndole que esto va a suceder, que salgan, se terminen de registrar los que no lo han hecho todavía, porque muchos han ido a San José. Y le pedimos a la gente de San Juan, que también vamos a proveerles una manera como poderles llevar, sobre todo a los que tal vez están ancianitos y los niños válidos, a registrarse el sábado. Sábado también tenemos... vamos a estar campaneando en otras áreas. Por ejemplo, siempre vamos a tocar Trail Farm un rato.
Así, pero así en Douglas, la gente de Nueva San Juan
como las dos aldeas están muy cerca, pues entonces se les está pidiendo que acudan. Porque hay unos que todavía no lo han hecho y es importante que lo terminen de hacer. Ya estas aldeas casi están acabando, ya los números ya se ven bastante aceptables, digamos, en el área de San José, San Pablo. Y entendemos también que van a estar también en el área de San Antonio Río Hondo también. Y se le va a pedir a la gente de Santa Cruz.
San Antonio le va a dar servicio a Santa Cruz.
Así es, a Santa Cruz.
Y a otras personas que viven en esa área.
Claro. Entonces, esto ya está, digamos, llegando a la culminación. En el caso también de Chapels, para la gente de Otrovenque, Chapels va a estar abierto hasta este fin de semana y ya termina. Así que si no lo ha hecho usted de Otrovenque, este fin de semana es los últimos días para
poder ir a Chapels.
Sí. Entonces, posteriormente va a estar abierto San José y Trial Farm Government School hasta el 31 de agosto. Pero se le va a facilitar a todos ustedes en las aldeas que hemos mencionado el hecho de que se acerquen a estas escuelas donde van a estar esta gente registrando, sobre todo en San Antonio y Douglas, para que puedan llevar a cabo su registro.
Tenemos
si
la fecha.
Todavía aún no tienen sus papeles, por favor, hemos tenido gente a la cual se les ha dado también los papeles para aplicar para su certificado de nacimiento. Háganlo lo más pronto posible. Acudan, digamos, a los chairman o la gente que está encargado allá de cada aldea. Ellos les pueden dar esta información. Posteriormente ellos nos van a pasar esta información a nosotros y nosotros vamos a hacer que salgan los papeles a la brevedad. Hay papeles que no han salido todavía, que los estamos esperando.
Here's the dates. This one is for San Román. August 3rd, 4th and 5th. Ese es para San Román. Y San Antonio es
7, 8 y 9. El de San Román es el 3º, el 4 y el 5. Y Douglas es el 21, 22, 23, que es este fin de semana.
Right. Tenemos a San Antonio también.
Sí, por eso van a estar esta gente Agosto 3, 4, 5 en San Román, 7, 8, 9, 10 en San Antonio.
San Antonio es para Santa Cruz también, ¿verdad?
También, sí, porque son vecinos.
Okay,
pero San Román va a tener sus días también. Así que sí ha salido gente de San Román a registrarse a San José. Les hemos pedido que si por casualidad están ahí y quieren hacerlo, vayan de una vez a hacerlo para que cuando vayan esta gente a su área, pues no tengan que hacer filas. Que a veces tardan un poquito para que se registren todos. Que la facilidad está allá, señores. Aprovechenlo porque después van a tener que venir a Orinjoac a pasar su día para hacerlo en el Elections and Boundaries Commission. Pero ahorita Elections and Boundaries Commission no está registrando a nadie, por eso están dando todos estos lugares para que se puedan hacer. Entonces es importante que lo aprovechen y qué bueno. Enhorabuena, bastante de nuestra gente ya está saliendo.
Sí, 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 eso es bastante animador.
Sí.
Porque pues inicialmente tuvimos un promedio de 15,000 por semana, que si es porque lo multiplicas por 8 o 9 semanas, entonces te da menos de 150,000. Sin embargo, tenemos en exceso de 200,000 personas votantes. Así que me indicaría que nada más un 75% de las personas se habrían registrado para el fin del mes. Sin embargo, el proceso continúa. Ahora con los incrementos que estamos viendo, que es bastante animador, nos da mucha alegría decir de que ya los números van subiendo, que la gente está saliendo, gracias a Dios, que la gente se está dando cuenta que es importante para que ellos vayan a registrarse para votar. Es un proceso normal que sucede cada 20 años o algo por el estilo y que es un proceso normal. Tiene que haber limpieza de las listas, no se te está pidiendo que hagas nada fuera de lo normal, simplemente ir a registrarte de nuevo con un afán de traer limpieza a las listas. Punto.
There's over 2,500 registered voters on the last list, almost 3,000 in Trial Farm. What can you tell us about Trial Farm?
I tell you what, Trial Farm has been the slowest. Our people have not been going to register, but I'm already campaigning in Trial Farm, and I'm urging everybody that I'm meeting to please do. I'm happy to say that many of the people, die-hard UDPs, have already gone there, but sometimes, they have some other relatives that have not been there. So we're asking them to kindly make an effort. It's so close, so available that you cannot miss it. I mean, government of Belize has made the effort, and they're spending millions of dollars trying to facilitate this to all of you. So make use of it. Otherwise, perhaps if you really want to vote afterwards, you'll have to make some long lines at the Elections and Boundaries Commission, which should be, in the days to come. However, it's right in front of your doorstep. Please make an effort. But they are coming up, and I'm so happy about that. So while campaigning, this is our prime message to them, that they need to do that. Besides, discussing many of the things that they want.
The villages, we have the villages in the rural area. Trial Farm is a village, but it's adjacent to town, almost like the town. Are the concerns of the residents of Trial Farm different from the rural villages?
Very much, very much, very much. What happened is that I based my campaign on 4 major issues, which is the strengths that I bring to the table, which is agriculture, education, but we're seeing cases of housing, health, and so forth, no? In the rural areas, in the villages, yes, agriculture, education, and housing, it takes more predominance. But in Trial Farm, there are other issues besides that. Many times it more has to do with health, education, and not much with agriculture. But yes, there are also issues on housing. The expansion of the different villages, land, lighting, streets, and all these things is something that people ask for. Of course, the village of Trial Farm, which is one of the biggest in the north, is growing, and so there's need for the acquisition of land to give to younger people that are just getting married, having a family, and all these things, to be able to become independent. And so they're asking for these things, though the Deputy Prime Minister, Honorable Gaspar Vega, did an exemplary effort to give as much land as possible to the people. But one of the things that we found out is that many people dispose of their lands. And so forth, we find out that perhaps there might need to be a little bit more of information on them, telling them that land is getting scarce, and whenever you have a piece of land, it's a patrimony. It's not something that you just get rid of it like that and then you go ask for another one. It's getting scarce. The places are, you know, every time there's an expansion, government has to acquire land from private owners at expenses, you know, hitting the sky. And so getting it for their own people is getting expensive. So we're asking that if you have a piece of land, do inhabit it, do clean it, do keep it. It's your patrimony, and it's for your generations, for generations to come. I mean, I've seen parents live in their house and they eventually leave it for their children to continue dwelling there. And you know, it's, to me, it's something wonderful, because I wish I could perhaps go to the house where my parents grew me. It's no longer there. And so it's, you know, it's part of your history that disappears when that happens. So you have a piece of land, you take care of it, it's yours. It's a piece of Belize, and it's so important. So many people crave for it, take care of it.
Well, now, let's talk a little bit about the future of the United Democratic Party, if you don't mind. We have this leadership convention coming up. Honorable John Saldivar has expressed his interest to run as party leader, and we understand Honorable Patrick Faber as well. But the Honorable John Saldivar did a pick last week, and you were one of his pick. I don't know if you get that information already.
Yes, I saw it on Facebook, yes.
How would they go with this leadership thing, Doc?
Checky, I've been somebody that have analyzed and I've lived the life of both parties ever since, you know, from 1964, adult suffrage. I've been somebody that has been avid, just like Emmanuel, on the history of Belize and you guys, right? But there's one thing that I've noticed in the different prime ministers of this country, and I have to mention this publicly. We had the first Prime Minister, George Price, a well-abled man, was almost a priest. He was somebody that nearly became a priest. We had the second Prime Minister, which was Manuel Esquivel, Dr. Manuel Esquivel, who was my teacher also. He taught us at St. John's College. You remember that, Emmanuel. Manuel Esquivel was a teacher. Yes, he was a teacher, a good teacher. He became the Prime Minister of this country. And then he became Prime Minister in 1984, just after independence. But he lost afterwards. And then he became Prime Minister a second time. That's, I think, up to 98.
89.
Yes. Manuel Esquivel gave free education to this country. That was the pinnacle of his office. But also he had the retrenchment, and that brought him down. What people do question is that why Manuel Esquivel did this. And personally, I've never discussed this with him, but I believe that he saw something there. Of course, Belize was traversing economic problems, and the IMF had put, you know, the usual cure on Belize. The wage bill in this country is very high. Our budget is about $1 billion, and I think $650 million is the wage bill. Manuel Esquivel sent 1,000 people home to try to cut down on this. They sacrificed him. And so the PUP came into power in 1998 with Said Musa, a lawyer. So if you notice, we had a clergy, we had a teacher, Said Musa was a lawyer as Prime Minister, and then we had the Right Honorable Dean Barrow also as Prime Minister, another lawyer. Now what has happened to this country is that we have never had an economist lead this country, somebody that really looks at the economy of this country. Not that would I say that the past Prime Minister did not do the job, but the fact is that we need an economist to look at the economy of this country to see how we're doing. Many people have mentioned to me, when the economy is sound, everybody does well. And so we have the golden opportunity right now in the leadership of the United Democratic Party to look at two candidates, which is the Honorable Patrick Farber, the Deputy Prime Minister, and the Honorable John Saldívar, the Minister of Defense. Now, the Deputy Prime Minister, Patrick Farber, is a teacher at heart, Minister of Education. But what we look at the Honorable Saldívar is a hard economist, a well-trained, well-groomed economist. John Saldívar has a master's degree in economics. And this is the golden lining that we are seeing, that for the first time, we can have somebody that can lead this country, and that is an economist, that can look at all these things that are plaguing us. You know, if you think I'm not an economist, but if you look at Belize, yes, we are getting indebted. Yes, we have a deficit every time we have not balanced the budget. We always have deficits. Yes, we also have commercial deficits with countries like Mexico, the United States, and our trading partners. All these things, one day have to be looked at you know, a specific way that can bring more benefit to this country. And so I think that the best option becomes John Saldívar for this country. And therefore, I am in tune with what he's looking at.
Yeah, well, you are part of his pick as well, Doc.
Yes.
Yeah, the man got
but the interesting thing that on his list is that he has representatives who are not all from his side.
Yeah.
In other words, we know of people who have been anti-Saldívar, who are on his pick, but at the end of the day, he is still hoping that these people are going to win, because it will do well for him as party leader.
Yes.
So that he then can become the Prime Minister of this country.
Right. You're so right. But probably he maybe don't touch base with some of these people that he's hoping.
Case in point, Elodio Aragon.
Yeah. Somebody say here, morning, Doc, hope you reach where I live in Trial Farm.
Yes.
Can you share that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Certainly, I'll be looking at your telephone number and giving you a buzz. But of course, yes, I'm in Trial Farm. Happy to be here, but I tell you what, Trial Farm is a big area. I'm giving as much time as possible to talk to everybody, die-hard UDPs especially. I need to walk into your homes. I've never had a problem with anybody, and I've always had people opening their homes and welcoming me there, talking to me. That's the most honest thing that I've seen, you know, happening in this campaign, my time. I know that many things have happened, but people are genuine to the party. I've had somebody that is a die-hard UDP, and I must congratulate this person, Ms. Rosa Cuellar. She just got operated a month ago, and she already is leading me to many homes where the die-hard people. Ms. Rosa, from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much.
Sugar City Morning Show. Hello, good morning. Hello, can you speak up a little bit into your telephone?
Yeah, first time I called. And then I support what Dr. Noel said just now about the economy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the country needs a prime minister who knows about the economy. Right? Economists.
Right.
Okay?
Yes, sir. So you support that?
I support it. Sorry.
Okay.
I support it. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
What your philosophy is that having a economist as prime minister will do good for the country.
Yes. And like I said, the United Democratic Party is the party of ideas, is a party of thoughts, and it's a party that has been doing so well. And everything is painting itself, Belizeans, and I talk to everybody that's listening. This United Democratic Party is painting itself to become again the next government coming the next general election. I am sensing it from our people. I know many of them are saying we're going to vote UDP because going the other side, it's a lot of problems. And they have seen what has happened with the PUP, where, you know, they won the municipal elections, and the infighting that they are having and all these things, the division among themselves. They wish that wouldn't happen to the UDP, but at the same time, they say, we voted UDP. We go that other side, ya estamos quemados. Nos van a tratar mal porque ya nos conocen. So there's no way many of them will be choosing to go. And even those who have chosen to say, well, I'm going the other side, despite the fact that the UDP has helped them, and you know who you are, I don't think the PUP will help you ever again. You might probably have a better chance of being helped by the UDP than the PUP, because you were a UDP before. So, case in point, stay with a party that has the ideas, stay with a party that loves the people. Listen, this government is caring for the Belizean people, to the people that have less opportunities.
Stay with the party that showed you the love. Stay with the party that made you receive so many good things over the last 10 years.
Yes. And you know, there's somebody that puts up a weekly message there that mentioned, I think somebody mentioned, they said, you people saying that they're going to eliminate income tax. Well, somebody must have fallen off their bed and hit their head. Something's wrong. Governments live from taxes. And like my daddy, God rest his soul, used to say, hay dos cosas que tienes que hacer en esta vida. Morir y pagar impuestos. So I don't see how they're going to lie to people again and tell them, vote for us because we're going to do that. Impossible. And they're talking right now about free education. Imagine Johnny Briceño talking about free education, Cordell High talking about free education. They were the ones that orchestrated the elimination of free education when the Esquivel government was in power before 1998. In 1998, when they won, the first thing they did, they just dropped this as a time bomb. Boom, no more free education. You know how Belizeans suffered? They did suffer. Right now, Belizeans are happy to have a child entering high school and getting that $300 subsidy, getting that free bus ride to school, just starting to touch some of the good things that the United Democratic Party is doing for this country. But I tell you something, I promise you this, our PUP government would eliminate that from day one. So think about all these things, people. Our government might probably have made its mistakes, but those mistakes are not as tantamount as what had happened before. So, yes, it's a government for the people. It's a government that cares. It's a government that loves its people. So I don't see, if you're mad with it, mad with somebody, mad with a leader, and you're trying to go the other side, you're not going to accomplish anything there. And I promise you that you won't. Because if PUP will come into power, a lot of us will probably end up as losers. Many jobs will be lost, many things will be destroyed. So think about it.
About the Honorable John Saldivar as an economist to become the Prime Minister, someone say, it's good to have an economist as PM, so why is John Saldivar not Minister of Economic Development? Do you think he's wasting his talent in another ministry?
All right. I tell you what, the Prime Minister is somebody that, well, you don't question his wisdom in assigning posts to different people. The Prime Minister knows the strengths and where he needs qualified people to do jobs. If John Saldivar is an economist, it shows that the man is versatile. Put him anywhere and he's going to get the job done. So I think this is what the Prime Minister knows. If you're a good worker, any job they'll put to you, you're going to do good. And I think that's what he has to do. You know, find the correct people for the correct job.
And then just let me give you my little 2 cents for what it's worth. There's a big difference between being the Minister of Economic Development and being the Minister of Economics or Finance, per se. One is in charge of the budget, and that would be the Prime Minister, and one is in charge of going to market Belize as a possible, as a place where investment can happen. So you try to lure investors in to come in to invest. Let's take that car. But there's a big difference there.
Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hello, good morning, good morning. This text says here, buenos días, Dr. Emmanuel Chequi. Desde que yo empezó a votar en 1984, yo y mi familia no hemos votado para nadie más que solo el UDP, gracias a mi papá, que él nos dio el ejemplo.
Qué bien.
Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Good morning, sir. Are you guys saying outright that Patrick Farber is not suited for the position? Thank you.
I guess the doc was saying that an economist. I think it's not as a personnel, no, doc?
Yeah.
I think no comparison was made between two persons. It was one comment that was made considering the abilities of this one person to be able to handle a job. But no comparison was made, none was intended, and that means that we're not saying that Mr. Farber is not apt to do the job. That is your conclusion. Yeah, but it is 9:02. You had something to say?
What happened is that yes, Minister Farber is a teacher, like we mentioned. He's the Minister of Education. But again, we had a teacher already. So, you know, we've seen teachers can do the job. I mean, Manuel Esquivel was a teacher himself. So we're not denying the fact that he won't be able to be can be a Prime Minister. The fact is that we are looking for somebody that, you know, has other qualities. And this is just, you know, something to the people to look at, to listen to.
But I want to thank the production team at this moment. I want to thank.
Can I share this with you before we close back?
Please do.
The theme for this year's celebration, the theme 2018, believes that for we, now and forever, 8,867. Believes that for we, now and forever, 8,867. That's the theme for this year's celebration. It was
8,867, meaning 8,867 square miles of Belizean territory.
It was submitted by someone from Corozal, and that person won $1,000, and that person will be invited to the official ceremony of the open of the September celebration, which will be held in San Ignacio. So congratulations.
Very patriotic team, very patriotic.
That was close to 200.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
Thank you, man.
Thank you very much.
You like it, Jonathan?
Son las 9:03. Tenemos que recordarles de que este show se repite hoy a las 9 y ya es fin de semana, compañeros. Ya es viernes. Tenemos un fin de semana por adelante. Y yo quiero decirles de que ha sido un gran gusto de estar con ustedes durante esta semana. Quiero invitarles a que continúen en sintonía del Sugar City Morning Show y de Canal 10, siempre aquí con ustedes. A toda la persona que nos ve a través de Canal 10, que se transmite por aire, muchas gracias. Una gran cantidad de gente nos ve que no tiene cable, que opta no tener cable y que nos ve en distintas partes del pueblo de Orange Walk, hasta en el pueblo de Orange Walk, y en las aldeas y en Corozal y también allá al otro lado de la frontera. Un atento saludo a todas las personas que nos ven. Gracias por su preferencia. De nuevo, enviándoles saludos a todos. Y yo quiero a este momento decir que cuídense mucho este fin de semana, diviértanse, recordándose que todo a la medida está muy bien. Okay?
Anything before you go, Doc? Anything for the weekend?
Well, like I mentioned to you, it's the re-registration that we have at heart. But at the same time, yes, vamos a estar trabajando con Trail Farm. Douglas, estamos allá hoy también. Gracias por todo. Pásenla bien. Cuídense. Como dice Manuel, Dios primero.
Yo primero.
Yeah, and somebody says here we need politicians that have the heart to serve the people. Yeah. All right, so we want to say good morning to all. Thanks for being with us the entire week which we started on Monday. If the good Lord so will, we will be back with you right here on Monday morning again. And also, next week we should be having some more invited guests coming in. This show will repeat tonight at 9 o'clock, also tomorrow from 10 to 12. And if the good Lord so will, myself and Emmanuel and Dak will be back with you all on Monday. So we say, Pa and Dak, hasta Monday.
Hasta entonces, compañeros, nos vemos hasta entonces. Cuídense mucho. Y Dios primero, estaremos con ustedes tan pronto el lunes. Nos vemos.
Sugar City Morning Show.